Ball of Disneyland. Once upon a time, in a magical land far, far away, there lived all the fairy tale characters you could ever imagine. They all lived together in a grand castle, and they were all the best of friends. There was Cinderella, who had just married Prince Charming. And they were both very happy. There was also Snow White, who had recently been rescued by the 7 dwarfs from the evil queen. And then there was Sleeping Beauty, who had just woken up from her 100-year slumber. All the other characters were there too. There was Little Red Riding Hood, who had just returned from her trip to Grandma's house. And there was Jack, who had just climbed down the beanstalk with the golden goose. And there was even the big bad wolf, who had finally learned his lesson and was now living peacefully with all the other characters. One day, the characters all received an invitation to the grand ball that was being held in the neighboring kingdom. They were all very excited, and they spent weeks preparing for the ball. Cinderella helped Snow White pick out a beautiful dress, while Sleeping Beauty helped Little Red Riding Hood do her hair. Jack and the big bad wolf even teamed up to make a special cake for the occasion. Finally, the day of the ball arrived. And all the characters set off for the neighboring kingdom. They arrived at the grand castle, and they were all amazed by how beautiful it was. They spent the night dancing and having fun, and they even got to meet some new characters from other fairy tales. There was Rapunzel, who had just escaped from the tower, and there was the Little Mermaid, who had just fallen in love with a prince. As the night went on, the characters all realized that they had more in common than they thought. They all had their own struggles and challenges. But they had all overcome them with the help of their friends. And so, the characters all made a promise to each other that they would always be there for one another, no matter what. They knew that they were stronger together than they ever could be alone. And with that, the characters all said their goodbyes and set off back to their own kingdom. They knew that they would always cherish the memories of the grand ball, and they knew that they would always be friends, no matter where life took them.